Good afternoon. Dobry dana. Welcome to the first of two rallies for We Stand for Ukraine. Moja jest Ukraina. My name is Joe Andrews, councillor for the Town of Orangeville, a proud Canadian and proud of my Ukrainian heritage. I'm truly honored to be with you this afternoon as we stand in solidarity with Ukrainians here in our community, but more importantly with those who have been affected by the unprovoked war against the people of Ukraine. The intent of this gathering is to show our local support to the people of Ukraine. Now, the formality is such that we hope that we have a loud message sent to those abroad, especially to Russia, as for the attacks on a sovereign democratic country, while doing so with the utmost humanitarian concerns of the entire world. Now, as mentioned, this is the first of two local rallies. The other will be held at 2 p.m. in the town of Caledon. In a very short period of time, our communities have come together to unite and express our concerns of what is happening in Ukraine. I would like to thank both the Mayor of Orangeville, Sandy Brown, and the Mayor of Caledon, Alan Thompson, as well as the councils for both the communities for approving these events on such short notice. I would also like to thank Raisa Palmer of the Poltawa Ukrainian Community in Terracotta for bridging and navigating the intent and the importance of these two rallies. I understand it is a little slippery out there. For those of you that are standing on our grounds here in the back of Town Hall, please watch your step. I know that some of you that are joining us are waving your flags proudly. This afternoon, we are so fortunate to have some special guests, as well as a number of our local delegates on hand to express support of this event. And they include as follows: Peter Shaturin, President of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress Toronto branch, Dufferin-Caledon MP Kyle Seaback, Dufferin-Caledon MPP Sylvia Jones, and on behalf of Mayor Sandy Brown, Deputy Mayor Andy McIntosh. In this hour or so, we hope to reflect, pray, and vocalize our support for the people of Ukraine. And to close off our program a little bit later, we will conclude with the playing of both the Ukrainian and Canadian national anthems. Now, before I begin our program, you will see, I hope, a donation box that is being circulated. This donation box is sealed, and we hope that you are generous with your support. We will have further clarification on other sources where you can, in fact, provide donations to vetted organizations. To begin this program this afternoon, I would like to call upon Raisa Palmer, who will give a short prayer. Raisa?
Let us bow our heads in prayer. O Lord, we ask that you bless the citizens of Ukraine in this time of turmoil. Please bless the brave soldiers who are fighting. Please bless the brave territorial defenders, the civilians who have taken up arms in order to protect their land and their freedom. Please bless the seniors that are in Ukraine that are trying to leave or to shelter in place. Please bless the mothers, the children, those that need and are in need as they go through this terrible time. And oh Lord, please bless everybody here in Orangeville as they come to support Ukraine and to stand with Ukraine. God bless.
Thank you and Jakio. I would like to also recognize our local OPP detachment and the auxiliary. Thank you for being here. At this time, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, Peter Shaturin, President of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress. The UCC represents the Ukrainian Canadian community before the people and government of Canada by promoting linkages with Ukraine and addresses the needs of Ukrainian people in our country. Peter, welcome to Orangeville.
Slava Ukraini! For those of you who don't know, Slava Ukraini simply means glory to Ukraine, and the response is Heroyam Slava, glory to the heroes. There are now millions of heroes in Ukraine. When Vladimir Putin and his forces of evil pounced on Ukraine 12 days ago, they thought they would be facing 200,000 troops plus a couple 100,000 of reservists. What they are now facing is 40 million freedom fighters that will not back down, that will not give an inch. They're giving their lives. Yesterday, it was confirmed that more civilians have died than soldiers. This is not just a war against some regime or government, as Mr. Putin claims. This is a war against a nation, against innocent civilians. For they know, the Russian forces know, that they can't take on dedicated Ukrainian fighters face to face. So what do? They bomb the cities. Today, they sent missiles from the Transnistria Republic, which is on the other side of Ukraine. It's been occupied by Russia for quite some time. 8 cruise missiles into a town of Vinnytsia in western Ukraine and bombed the airport from several hundred kilometers away. Cowards. They're indiscriminately blowing up cities. Mariupol, where there are 400,000 people besieged. Today there was supposed to be another humanitarian line to let them go. What do you think happened? No. As soon as the people started moving out, bombs started falling. Their goal is to dismember Ukraine, but they're failing. They're failing. Yesterday, 5 aircraft and 4 attack helicopters were shot down. More than 30,000 men and women are waiting to be approved from 52 different countries to join the Ukrainian volunteer forces. Over 66,000 have already come back home to fight. Russia will not win. But what we need to do is stand with them. Stand with them. Stand against all of the Russian misinformation. You're probably seeing it on your social network feeds. Some crazy idea that a country that has a Jewish president is somehow needs to be denazified. Even George Orwell couldn't think of the ludicrous and insane comments coming out of Mr. Putin's mouth these days. He's desperate. His economy is crashing. The world is standing against him. But Ukraine does need your help. 2 things our community asks. Number 1, donate, collect funds as much as you can. Our largest foundation, it's called the Canada-Ukraine Foundation, CU Foundation. They've already shipped close to $2 million in supplies that have made it into Poland and are now making their way into Ukraine. It's purely humanitarian aid. There are other organizations that are organizing for other things, but cufoundation.ca, you even get a tax receipt. That's 1. Number 2, please contact your members of parliament. We're very grateful to the Canadian government and to the provincial government for the aid that they have already supplied. Frankly, the Ukrainians are humbled and very proud that Canada has been doing what it can. But there's so much more that can't be done. Ukraine needs everything from radar defense systems to communication systems. Canada has those. Canada can afford to give them, because if Ukraine falls, we will have the largest humanitarian crisis in modern history. There's still 43 million people in Ukraine. 43 million. That's more than the population of Canada, on a territory that is just as large as France. So please, stand with us. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you to all the councillors, members of parliament, MPPs joining us. Ukrainians and Canadians stand together. Slava Ukraini!
Thank you so much, Peter, for being here. I know some of you who are in our crowd this afternoon have a Ukrainian flag. Please wave it proudly. And thank you for being here. I'd like to now introduce Dufferin-Caledon MP Kyle Seebeck.
Good afternoon, everyone. I wish I was here on a much less somber occasion. I think what we have to know and realize is this is an absolute war of aggression by Vladimir Putin. And we have to stand with Ukrainians to stop it. We've heard some of the things that we need to do, which is donate. I'm going to add one next thing that we can do as Canadians. I gave a speech in Parliament just this past week, and I was calling on the government to lift visa requirements for Ukrainian refugees. They should not be trying. People who are fleeing this atrocity should not have to fill out a visa. We can have them come to Canada now. So please, if you have a moment, send a message to the Prime Minister, send a message to the Immigration Minister, Sean Fraser. Send an email. It doesn't take a lot of time. Ask them, beg them, lift visa requirements for Ukrainian refugees so they can come to Canada safely. Slava Ukraini!
Our government is providing $300,000 in humanitarian aid for the people of Ukraine, including medical aid, emergency shelter, and food security. We have given direction to the LCBO to immediately withdraw all products produced in Russia from store shelves and are accepting returns from wholesale customers, grocery stores, and licensees. We are also working with the federal government to find ways to fast-track Ukrainian refugees to Ontario, and we support their action to sanction the Putin Russia.
Thank you, Sylvia Jones. Maya Zerkunina. I stand proud as a member of Orangeville Council who has supported the efforts within our community to recognize all people. We are proud to be flying the Ukrainian flag at the Orangeville Town Hall. For those of you that may not have seen it, it is on the south side of the Town Hall itself on Broadway. Orangeville Mayor Sandy Brown couldn't be with us this afternoon, yet I'm truly delighted to introduce our Deputy Mayor, Andy McIntosh, to share a few words. Deputy Mayor McIntosh.
Thank you very much, Councillor Andrews. I'd just like to start off by recognizing some of our local councillors that are here. I've seen Councillor Grant Peters, Councillor Lisa Post, and of course Councillor Joe Andrews. If I've missed anybody, please wave, but that's what I've seen. On behalf of the Mayor and the Orangeville Town Council, I would like to thank you for coming out today. After listening to our last few speakers, there's not a lot I can say. However, I did have an observation. When this event was posted on social media, one of the comments made me take note, and that was this person said, what good will this accomplish? How is it helping the situation being here today? I, however, see this as a way for all of us to show support for our brothers and sisters of the Ukraine. And yes, we do support you. People have also asked, how can we help? Donations is one big way that we can help. It was mentioned before, there is a bucket thing going around that you can put some money in. Please, if you can afford to, please give. There's also other charities that were mentioned here before. For example, the Canadian Red Cross is one of the others that wasn't mentioned, but it's also giving money towards this cause. In closing, I would once again like to thank each and every one of you for taking time out today to come here. And in the words of the late, great John Lennon, let's give peace a chance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor McIntosh. Jaku. I also would like to recognize Caledon Councillor Joanna Downey. Thank you very much for being on site and for all of the activity that's going to be taking place also in the town of Caledon later this afternoon. So many of you, we have over 200 people that are now here this afternoon waving the Ukrainian flag proudly. I want to thank everyone that is here from our local services. This came together very quickly, and this means a lot to the people of Ukraine. It means a lot to the people of this community. As the Deputy Mayor indicated, we do have a variety of sources where you can make donations. One that was mentioned earlier, the Canadian Ukrainian Foundation, which their website is www.cufoundation.ca, as well as the Friends of Ukrainian Defense Forces. Again, I want to thank our speakers for coming this afternoon. They've taken some time out of their very busy schedules to be here because I know it means a lot to them to speak on behalf of the members of our community. Again, Peter Shatirin, President of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress, Toronto branch. Dufferin-Caledon MP Kyle Seaback, thank you for being here. Dufferin-Caledon MPP Sylvia Jones, thank you. And on behalf of Orangeville Council, I want to thank Deputy Mayor McIntosh for being here. I also want to thank the staff of the Town of Orangeville, Andrea Shaw, for her support, and other staff who were involved with assembling this so quickly. I want to thank the representatives from our OPP detachment, including Inspector Terry Ward and our auxiliary. Thank you for being here. You can see Dufferin Emergency Services also on site, and our paramedics. Thank you, Doc you. Music 21 for the technical support. Raisa Palmer of the Poltawa Ukrainian Country Club for spearheading much of what has taken place not only here this afternoon, but also for what is going to take place in a passionate gathering of people in Caledon. Thank you. And I also would like to thank the people of the town of Orangeville for being here to express your support for the people of Ukraine. To my extended family and friends, and for those of you who are connected through our collective Ukrainian heritage, our thoughts are with you. I'm standing with you. The town of Orangeville, Ontario, Canada is standing with you. Майза Ukrainian. I will conclude my message to those in Ukraine, Nachi Molitavizami, which means our prayers are with you. We will conclude the program this afternoon with the playing of two national anthems. The first, the Ukrainian national anthem, followed by the Canadian national anthem. Again, on behalf of everyone, thank you for being here.